struggling with this. And some people have been unemployed for longer than a year. Some people have been unemployed for 2, 3 years, 5. And some people it's just been a couple months. The biggest struggle for me and why I get really sensitive about it, I don't know if it's the same thing with you, but it makes me feel, well, one, it makes me feel suicidal, and two, I feel as if there's something wrong with me, and there's nothing wrong with me. And if you feel that there's something wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. You're okay. You're fine just the way you are. You're gonna be okay. I should have worn waterproof mascara, but I didn't. is like online dating, and you're not supposed to like everybody that you date, and everybody that you date is not supposed to like you back. You're trying to find a connection, and that is just not gonna happen with every person that you meet. And it's a similar thing with a job. You're not supposed to like everybody. In one of the jobs that I worked for last year, I saw a lot of managers come and go for that job. And one of the managers that I saw get hired after one of them left. This person had applied when that first manager applied, and they both interviewed, and they chose one person over the other person. And when that that first person that got hired, when they put that job application again, this other manager, this second manager, applied again and interviewed again and got the job. So that's an example for you of being at the right place but at the wrong time. So I am here wishing you and wishing me that this last job I applied for, that I was at the right place at the right time. And I cannot do anything to move that fast forward for you. I just can't. I feel that it's just so fate based. But I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to give you something to somehow speed that process up for you. We're gonna find out tomorrow. Good luck. Meow meow. It's me. So, okay, I don't know how to say this. I did not get that job that I was hoping for. I actually got another job. So you are looking at the face of a beautiful, employed individual, and I'm really happy. I've been telling everyone I feel good. I feel that my skin is also kind of looking a little better each day, and I think I partied for like 3 days afterwards, and I got a bottle of champagne, and my boyfriend got me a bottle of champagne, and I was smoking, and it felt good to do it because I was happy and celebrating something rather because I didn't want to live at all, trying to escape my life. So, okay, what happened was that I did not get a call that Monday that I was expecting a call, and I was really sad for 2 days. Part of me wishes that I would have recorded something to kind of show that it's possible for it to get worse before it gets better, but I just didn't have it in me. I was in a really, really bad place, and the reason that job was weighing so heavy on me unemployed for one more year. I didn't want to be trying for one more year. I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be here anymore. If I can't even imagine having to go another year, honestly. So I had agreed to go back home. So I was really sad about that. I was really, really sad about that. And what happened was that 2 days after my, rejection, basically, another job emailed me and invited me to an interview. And this is also a job within my field, the field that I'm trying to get into in death care. And it just came out of the blue. It was one of those jobs that you applied to so long ago that you just kind of vaguely remember about it. One of those. Okay. So then that became my last hope, because might as well, I'm not gonna leave now if somebody reached out to me. And that is the job that I have now, and these people saved my life. And like I said with the other job, I am wearing the dress that I went to go interview with, and the jewelry that I wore, and I hope that sends you some energy as well of my appearance, and that this can be you. And so I think there were a couple things that kind of changed me. So one of them was listening to Coach Bennett's podcast, the confidence episode in particular, and he said, I'm gonna make sure to link to it in below, because you should really listen to it. This man is way more eloquent than I am, and he can explain it to you way better than me, probably. So he was talking about confidence and trust, and Coach Bennett is the head coach of the Nike Run Club app, and so with the Olympics going on, it was kind of inspired by that in a way. And he said that confidence means trust. A lot of it means trust in yourself, in your past, in your abilities, in your experiences. If you made it this far, then you trust that you can do certain things from the past, that you can overcome certain things. And with the interview, this is about running, this is not about running. He said that in a race, in a game, in an Olympic game, in whatever, the most confident athlete is not the athlete that gets the gold medal. Everyone at the starting line is confident. And I remember, like when I ran Flying Pig Marathon, I was scared. I didn't know if I could do it, because if you don't know, marathon plans stop at 18 or 20 miles, and you never run a full 26.2 miles until the day of your first race. So you don't know, because all that you would have run before would be maybe 20 miles. And that was me. And like with the job interview, you don't know if you're gonna get a job offer, but you need to have trust in your abilities when you walk through that door. And I know it's really hard, and I probably had been walking through interview doors insecure probably for the past 6 months, and that's a horrible thing. And I understand why, because life is freaking humiliating, and some of these job interviews and people and the application process, the whole thing is freaking humiliating, can be. So I understand if that is you. It's really, really hard, but just listen to Coach Bennett. Something in me really changed about that, especially having been in an important race like that. I was scared, but I trusted the process. I trusted my body. I trusted my brain. I trusted my abilities. I trusted the program. I trusted every other run that I ran, because you don't show up to run 26.2 miles ahead of you if you really think deep inside that you're insecure, that you don't trust, that you can't do it. And that has to be you with job interviews. Okay? And my drive back home. And one day I went around the time that I would have been leaving. Another day I went in the morning, and another day I went to be there by my starting, 15 minutes before my starting time, to know, okay, I need to leave at 7 to be there at this time, that. And I remember one of my therapists saying that the mind, there's a lot of research about the mind shaping the world to what's in here, to its perception. So you can try that if you want, because that's what I did. I just really needed to hang on to any kind of sliver of hope. And one of the things that I read today was in the book that I was reading, finished it, that you have to detach your thoughts from your feelings. You're gonna have a problem if you cannot detach your thoughts from your feelings, because then you're acting impulsively. And kind of like with the trust thing, okay, you have to separate your fear from your actions. You have to separate your doubt from your actions, your sadness from your actions, because otherwise you will have a problem. And I know it's hard. I recently discovered Bob Proctor as well, and what a legend. And one of the things that he said in one of the videos that I found of him is about fear and faith, and that those two are opposites of each other, and they both, fear and faith both, demand that you believe in something that you cannot see. You cannot see that job offer. Are you gonna have fear that you're not gonna get it, or are you gonna have faith that you could get it? Okay, they're both up in the air, but they both require that same thing of you're believing in something that's not there. Okay, you think about that. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with a hard note and a positive note. So the hard note is that the whole year that I was unemployed, there were 2 interviews that I should have walked out on. And I didn't even know that walking out on an interview was a thing or a possibility or something that I maybe should prepare for. But it's something that you need to think about because it's possible. And I've been in a lot of interviews, and they're rare because in the whole year it only happened twice. And you will feel it within 2 minutes of what a piece of crap that person that you just met is as a manager, might even be as a person in general. I know that everybody has bad days, but to be meeting somebody the first time and acting so disrespectful, acting a certain way, they're a piece of crap, okay? And you will feel it within 2 minutes of meeting this person. If it's really, really bad, like the first time that happened to me, you will feel it. You will psychically feel it hours before your interview. That is what happened to me. And if maybe your interview is really early in the morning, then you might feel it the day before. I don't know. But you will feel it that you don't want to go. It's this gnawing feeling that you just don't want to go. And I didn't understand why, because that job was so me. Why didn't I want to go? But I just didn't want to go. I just didn't want to go. Okay, and when it is clearly humiliating and disrespectful, you're gonna remember But now you know. Now you know, and you will be prepared. Okay? You will be prepared if that ever happens to you. You walk out, you say, I just met you. You failed. I will not work for you. Okay, so the positive note that I want to leave you with. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Pack your bags up and leave. Don't you dare come running back to me. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Close the door behind you, leave your keys. I'd rather be alone than unhappy. If you've been unemployed for at least a year, you